Let's get right to it. Here are the 7 signs you are becoming a mental giant in sports. Number one, you stop looking to the sidelines. No searching for parents, no searching for reactions. The scoreboard in their head runs independent of anyone watching your shots, your strokes, the score, how you look, and technique changes don't shake your confidence, meaning coaching, strategy, any type of changes don't shake your confidence. Coaching is simply correction info, it's not a threat. You can be wrong about a certain aspect of your game without feeling wrong as a competitor. Number three, you're immune to hierarchy and status games, especially in academies, say tennis academies, basketball academies, football academies, all of these academies, volleyball, the politics, the locker room politics, seniority, who's who in the academy doesn't move you, doesn't change you. You compete the same way. That is one of the 3 quick signs of knowing you're becoming a mental giant in sports. Now let's get to the 7 signs. Let's dig a little bit deeper. When you talk about not looking in the sidelines, looking to the sidelines, one, that starts from it could be from a competitive standpoint. You could be competing with another athlete. You don't want to be pulled out. You could be looking for validation from your coach. All of that will tend to take you away from the moment. And the moment, what you need to focus on is be focusing on your craft, focusing on what you need to do right now, what you need to do to execute. You have to find yourself in that moment, not what someone's thinking, and ultimately not even what the coach is thinking, but what you have to do to perform at the highest level on the field, on that court. You see this a lot in basketball, you see this a lot in tennis, where athletes will look to the sideline to see, okay, what's the parent's reaction? As me being a parent, you have to be aware of that. No searching for parents' reaction. As an athlete, you have to have the scoreboard, you have to have the strategy, you have to have the confidence, you have to have all of that mechanics of your sport. It's independent. You're executing independently because the validation seeking from the sidelines can easily distract you, whether it's there or sometimes it's not there when you need it. So it's critical that you can be able to support yourself when you're on the field of play. And often when you are an athlete, an elite athlete, specifically in environments, and you're in these changing environments, whether you're homeschool or going to school or in academies, coaching is a critical part of athletic development. And there's always individuals that will provide insight, will provide correction, and sometimes people even inject their correction when not needed or when not asked. So you can't look at coaching correction as a threat. You can't look at it as an attack. You have to be confident enough. You have to build that confidence to be able to listen and hear what someone's saying, to take it, to understand it. And often you have to know what you can take and apply and what sometimes you have to push aside. And often, depending on the environment you're in, you may have to push more aside than you take in. Sometimes you may only be in an environment just for the competitive aspect because you can compete against other great people, other great athletes, and not necessarily for technical correction of your sport or how you actually perform your sport. You're strictly in an environment for the competitive part of it, not for the coaching part of it. So you have to understand that game uh, when you are choosing environments. And then you have to be strong enough mentally to know how to navigate that. Number 3, you're immune to hierarchy and status games. And this is huge in all environments where there's always a hierarchy, whether it's a university, it's an academy. There you have athletes that they're looked at and respected and they sit at the top, and you have to work your way. And then there's the political part of it, that some individuals may have credibility because they've been there longer than anyone, or their parents are spending more money than anyone, or they have more deeper ties with the organization. So you're working through this political hierarchy, and you can't allow that to shake you. Additionally, number 4, the comments of other players, because there's always an element of unpredictability and sometimes straight nastiness from players. More so, the game is getting so competitive that people are focused on their game, but there always is an element of communication or interaction between players. And so when an athlete is becoming a mental giant, what you will see is you will see less response, no retaliation, no visible flinch, trash talk and slide comments and side comments and slick comments just don't land the same way anymore that they may have in the past when you start to understand this mental game. And so it becomes, as I talked on previous videos, that you understand that while passiveness or even niceness or civility in these environments is often a veil for aggression, meaning direct aggression is seen out front, and it can be very easy to push away. But when the relationships are built on proximity, built on you doing the same thing, and the structure of the program pushes niceness, pushes a level of civility, then the slick comments in those type of games are the only way to really interact, or the only way to really be aggressive without someone seeing you. So you have to understand how to play, how to navigate that, and how to not flinch, how to be unshakable. And when you can not be shooken or impacted by that, now you become truly unshakable. And it's not aesthetics. It's not just no response and behaving like that, but that's a start. If you can exhibit the behaviors of mental strength, then you will really start to build the mental strength, right? The mind and body work together. And mental giants, number 5, they take full ownership of their game. No blaming the ref, the field, the teammate, the matchup. Whatever happened is theirs to own and fix. If it is the ref, if it is those things, you understand and you can be real honest about it and say, that was an element that made it very difficult for me, but then always come back to say, what can you do as an athlete to make your game impenetrable, to make it unshakable? Number 6, athletes that are mentally strong, that are mental giants, can break down their own performance with precision. After composition, they can name specifically what worked and what didn't. Real assessment, not feelings and emotions. not anything based on validation or false validation. And number 7, they can lose, breathe, assess before looking for feedback. They're able to take the situation, the win, the loss, the great moments, the mistakes, and they're able to breathe through it, assess it before looking for feedback. A loss doesn't send the athlete to the coach or parent for reassurance. They're able to process it. You are able to process it yourself first, then bring it to someone else, and then receive the proper support, the proper feedback and correction, which should be positive criticism. So criticism that is truly backed on truth and what you see, not someone's opinion, not what they felt, but reality. And all support should be positive and negative. It should be able to reaffirm some things that you're doing well, or also things that you can improve upon to ultimately rise your entire level of performance. I'm Mr. Smith with Swagger Eyes. These were 7 signs that you are becoming a mental giant in sport and in life. If you like what you've heard, what you're hearing, check out the Swagger Eyes Performance Lab app on the Apple App Store. It covers all of this in detail. We have NIL section, athlete section, but moreover, you can generate custom workouts based on your lifestyle. We have video timers to give you real data to the thousands so you can actually see what you're doing and you have a time. It is not anything left up to ambiguity, meaning you're not just seeing a time and you're really unsure, okay, yeah, that looks great. The miles per hour looks great. The seconds look great. The 100-meter looks great. The 40-yard dash looks great. The 30-foot looks great. But really, was that time accurate? Can I visibly see what this says? And this is critical in a day when we're in a time where things need to be validated, right? It needs to have real proof because there is an element of manipulation out there. I'm Mr. Smith with Swagger Eyes Performance Lab, the art and nuance of sport. I will see you next time.